Brandon Jay McLaren.
What's up, my man?
Welcome to Popternative Media Day.
Thank you.
Here in Toronto.
Yes, sir.
TV show premiering at a film festival.
Tonight, it's very cool. This is actually my second TV show that premiered at a film festival. I did a show called Graceland.
Yes.
And we premiered at South by.
Okay.
But Toronto, this is different and it's bigger.
Yeah.
And it's just it's really dope to be here to premiere.
But there's two different things at play here, right? There's like the fact that it's going on Netflix worldwide in
Yep.
September, and then like TIFF, right? Worldwide kind of recognition of Canadian Film Festival, but worldwide. Those are two different things, though, right?
They're two different things. They're about 3 weeks apart. But it's awesome, man. I mean, the buzz has been so great.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mae Martin has a huge following.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. So I'm really excited for it to come out.
I had a great time watching this.
I'm glad. I haven't seen it yet. You know more than me. I mean, I've read the scripts, but you know more than me.
It's interesting, right? Because your character,
Yeah.
a lot of intrigue,
Yeah.
a lot of like, what side is he on? And that script to screen journey is interesting, right? Because you see it on the page and you see it come to life. What was that like for you, reading it and then going to production and seeing it come to life with Wayward specifically?
It was really cool, man. And especially like a show like this where like, I mean, when I got offered the part, I had read the first two scripts and I was like, this is some of the coolest stuff I've read in a long time.
Yeah.
Just in terms of tone. And how genre bendy it is.
Yeah.
So as we were shooting, I always had to kind of check in with Mae in terms of like, am I giving away too much too soon? Pull back, give a little more. And so that's a conversation that we had through the run of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there's a lot of genres that play with this.
Yeah.
And we're going back in genres. So like basically like it's funny at times, it's very dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything. What's it like working on, TV shows or projects that have a lot of kind of elements thrown in specifically? Do you think about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it feels like you're sort of, you're like riding with no guardrails and you don't know, you're trying to find your footing a little bit.
Yep.
I think the cool thing about, usually around like the second episode, everybody kind of figures out what the tone is and everybody kind of settles in and can like get behind, sort of one vision. But it takes a little while to work out the kinks sometimes.
Yeah, we're in the streaming kind of era of a lot of big shows, but it's like there's something about going to see a movie in the theaters, man. Like I love it. The communal component, premiering tonight at TIFF. That's a cool feeling, right? Like you made something, you work with people for countless hours and days, and now people see it on the big screen. Like that must be just the best feeling, right? The storytelling perspective.
I mean, it feels great. Am I a little nervous? Maybe.
Yeah.
No, but I'm really excited, and I really do think like when you get the opportunity to sort of release something like this for a large audience, and everybody has to kind of sit together and experience it together.
Yeah.
There's nothing more powerful than that in cinema.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mae Martin, they're incredible.
Yeah.
What is the conversations like with them in regards to, a lot of those scenes, those first days, right? Like first days on the job. What's that like for you and them?
Well, it's sort of like, I think it's more sort of like, we know we start here and we know we're going to finish here.
Yes.
Right? And so how do we tease out the journey in a way that keeps the audience interested but doesn't give away anything?
Yeah.
And it's trying to walk that fine balance. And Mae does a great job.
Absolutely. I do find it interesting because, I'm a filmmaker as well.
Okay.
And basically, we all started as fans of TV and film, right? Like we watch our favorite shows and we're like, I want to do this. Do you feel like you like watch things differently now that you know how it's made a little bit, or like?
Absolutely. In fact, you know what? Like I mostly watch like cooking shows and like Planet Earth. Like that's my jam.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of the magic out of it. However, what I've realized is like when I do go to a movie theater, I enjoy it more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's that mindset going back in time for a role? Because this obviously goes back to the 90s. Like, what's that like for you?
Well, it's actually the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. So
which is like when you say back in time and it's the early 2000s, that's deeply depressing.
Well, that's almost 20 years ago.
I know. It's wild. I know. I mean, it was cool. And like the music was so cool in it. And, you know, I graduated university in 2002. So this is like right around this time the show was set. So a lot of the music takes me back to like my senior year in college.
The Offspring, Third Eye Blind. Oh, man. That's our stuff. You know There's a Green Day story premiering at TIFF, New Year's Rev. Love that stuff.
Time of My Life was my university graduation song. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it definitely took me back, but it also makes me feel very old.
How separate are, you know, past projects compared to something like Wayward? Like, do you bring mindsets from stuff like Ransom, Harper's Island, She's the Man to something like Wayward? They're completely separate once you wrap them.
Every shooting experience is so unique. It also like depends on like where you are at in your life, you know? So like when you're doing a show and everybody's in their mid-20s, it's a very different experience when everybody's in their early 40s. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. You know, when you're in your mid-20s, it's like a summer camp. Everybody like hangs out together and goes out together.
Absolutely.
When you're in your early 40s, people have to go home to their kids and their jobs and all this stuff. So it's different. But this experience was great front to back.
I know the answer to this question is you try not to do this. Okay. And, you know, you haven't seen it yet. So like, I don't know where this is going to go. But like, I was on the edge of my like seat, you know what I mean? Well, I watched it at home, like, so I was on my couch just like doing this, you know what I mean? Like figuring it out, because it's kind of like, what is going on with this town? Your character drives me nuts. It's like, who is this guy? Like, what's his end game? You know what I mean? Right. I just said that, and I evoked a lot of emotion, right? And I was stressed. Do you ever think about the audience watching Wayward while you're making it, or is that something that happens a little bit after you wrap?
No, I mean, I think I think as an actor, you're like, I hope this tracks. I hope the character's arcs tracks, and I hope it all kind of like comes together in a way that's like satisfying to the viewer, where they can like look back when they see the finale, they can look back to episode 3 and be like, oh, that's what that was. So I think that's kind of like the only time I consider the audience while I'm shooting something.
Absolutely. I also feel like it's interesting too, because, you know, you're doing a lot of the cop stuff and everything, and then there's the, you know, the school and everything. When you work on projects like that have two settings and have two storylines, does it sometimes feel like you're on two shows? Like, that's interesting to think about, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like the two young ladies who are so phenomenal in the show. I don't think I have one scene with them.
Sydney and Alyvia.
At all. But we like see each other like passing, like when I'm like, oh, I'm going home. Hey, have a good scene, guys.
Is that a misconception too? When like you're on a thing and they're like, oh, what was like working with this person? You're like, I have different days.
No idea. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, like I'd be coming in after lunch and they'd just be wrapped out. So yeah, we didn't work together. So yeah, I mean, and it's funny, but yeah, this show does take place in very disparate worlds.
Absolutely. The show's gonna drop worldwide on Netflix.
Yeah.
And across all the different time zones, like you're gonna wake up you're gonna wake up in whatever, if you're PST or EST, and people like that are ahead of us have already seen the whole thing, and are probably like DMing and be like, when's the next season? Like, that's crazy to think about, right? When did you start noticing the global kind of reach and impact of projects specifically?
Well, my first show that I've ever done for Netflix, my first and only, was a show called Firefly Lane.
Of course.
And so I experienced what it was like to do a Netflix show, and that was during the pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody was at home, they couldn't wait for new stuff to watch. So that was wild. Like when that came out, it was like just everybody talks about it for like 2 weeks. There's this like fury and energy that surrounds it. So I'm hoping this will catch fire the same way that Firefly Lane did.
Worldwide on Netflix, September 16th, I believe.
25th.
Worldwide on Netflix, September 25th. Yep. And premiering tonight at TIFF.
Tonight at TIFF, we're doing 2 episodes tonight.
2 episodes. Yep. I'm so happy for you in the cast. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jay McLaren.
Thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.